Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Steven. So pretty much the reason for this video is because I am always, well, if you're a photographer like me, you're always looking at YouTube to see how you can build your company, or they always give you these kind of things like 5 tips to do this, 5 tips to how many whatever tips for beginners. I'm not necessarily a beginner, but I wish that I would have ran into a video like this when I was starting, because I think it would have definitely propelled me to a better place a lot earlier. So, well, with that all being said, let's get right into it. Um, don't get me wrong, there are steps that you have to take, obviously, to be able to build your brand. But I think people tell you a lot of generic stuff without really give you something tangible, something to really set you off on the right path. So that is what this video is about. Um, how you doing, guys? My name is Steven. I have been a photographer for about 7 years now. Loving the journey. I'm still hungry. I'm still staying focused, and I hope you guys are too. And this tip would be especially good for my younger photographers with no idea what to do. You just picked up the camera, you taking pictures, and you want to elevate. You want to get better. You want to get models, and you want to get consistent work, but you don't know how to market yourself. Well, I don't believe in gatekeeping. Let's get right into it. First, what I would say is having a portfolio, like a website that shows your work, is important. I'm not talking about Instagram. I'm talking about a portfolio, a actual website. I don't know who you want to pick, maybe Squarespace, whoever, but you have to have something that shows your work. That's number one. I'm being generic like everybody else, but I'm gonna get into it. Trust me. Um, so that is good. That is something you can do. Obviously, that's something anybody can do. Obviously, this is probably something you've heard 1,000 times. Um, Also, having business cards, I still think that's important. Having something tangible that somebody could look at is very important, and that's step two, I guess. And now, to what we're waiting for, give me something I can actually use. I mean, those things, of course, you can use, but there are websites that actually hire photographers and send them out. Like, think about it like Uber for photographers. And I can say this because I've actually worked for one of the companies, you know, periodically in and out. You can set your own hours. You have to make a website, obviously. You have to make a portfolio on their website showing your work. So this is not necessarily for the beginner photographer that hasn't done some body of work yet. If you're still doing it as a hobby, of course, keep doing it, keep growing, keep making sure that your picture gets better and better. But what I would say is that once you do get to the point where you're satisfied, or not even satisfied, but when you think your work is good enough, you make a portfolio and you send it to one of these companies. These two companies I know hire photographers. What you do is that you have to go through, of course, the interview process like anybody else. So what is the interview process? Somebody, you apply for them, obviously. Somebody contacts you initiating an interview, but for the most part what they do is that they actually go to your website, see your work, and if they like your work, you pretty much have the job. But of course you have to go through the interview, you have to go through the formalities, and you have to be professional, obviously. So without further ado, I would say one of the companies you can try is Shot or Shoot. The way it's spelled is SHOOTT. Like I said, they will interview you. They will oh, with these guys, because I actually applied for them. What they do is that they will give you, I guess, a portal to their website, and then they will have you shoot somebody, anybody, somebody they pick, somebody you pick, and then you will go through the process of um, showing them what your work is, how your work is, and if they like it, of course, they're gonna hire you, and now you're a part of their, what you call it, a database. And if there's a person that needs pictures around your area or wherever you're available to give work, bang, they can get you. Um, I have a different company for you guys, Snapper. I've worked with one of these companies. I'm not gonna say because I'm not being sponsored. By the way, I should have probably said it before. This is not an advertisement. So I would say Snapper. Snapper is, again, an online photography website. It's for the photographers. What happens is that they look at your work, they contact you, you go through the interview process, but for the most part, if they like your work, you pretty much have a good chance of being on their website. You have to write a few things about yourself. You have to show some of your work. So if you do wedding photography, if you do portrait photography, stuff like that, you're gonna show examples of that on your part of their website, and people are gonna see your work, and people are gonna want to book you because you're that good, obviously. So, like I said, this wouldn't be for the beginning photographers. This is gonna be for the people that have put in the work, mastered their craft, and are looking for new experiences and looking for clientele without necessarily having to go through the possible clientele, we're gonna work, one day, and then it never happens. They got family photography, they got portrait photography, fashion photography, and the clientele comes right to you. And if you're young, especially if you're young and you don't really have a lot of obligations and you're really hungry about being a photographer, I would say this is the way to go. What I would recommend out of two of them, because these are the ones I know, the ones that I would recommend out of the two would be Snapper. You have your work that speaks for itself, and also there's gonna be some jobs where it's a free fall. Any photographer could get it, and if you're hungry enough and if you have the time, you get the job, and you get paid. You if you're trying to get out of the hobbyist phase and do more, and actually take this to a professional route, especially, and I can't stress this enough, especially when you're young and you don't have any obligations, I would say this would be the way to go. So I'm trying to make sure I'm not on too long. Yeah. So this was me trying to give you something concrete to work with, especially when you get out of the phase of just taking photos and being a hobbyist. Yes, there's these steps, and this is what you have to do to build your business, and blah, blah, blah. Step one. Anyway, what I'm saying is that something that could actually put you on the market, or make you well known in your local area without you having to look for a lot of people, would be those websites. Those websites, you can utilize them, and it could give you consistent job. And if you have a car, that's great, because that just means you'll be more mobile and ready to meet the clients where they are. And who knows, that might help you. That might help you gain a good review. I'm not sure if I said this already, but it's kind of like think of it like the Uber for photographers, and good luck to you. Hopefully your editing skills is on point. Just make sure you do something that lets you stand out. One of those generic things, but it's true. These generic comments helps you when you actually have a clear path to where to go. When I say clear path, I mean having something tangible, And the website is something tangible. If they like your work, you're gonna get work. And that's when you apply all these tips. Make sure you're on time, make sure you're professional, blah blah blah. Whatever the people on YouTube are saying without give you an actual place to go. No shade. It's just something I noticed a lot, and it was just getting kind of annoying after a point for me. But that's it. If you guys like what I said, give me a thumbs up. Also, if you guys are interested, follow me on my Instagram at New Brand Photography. And if you're extra curious, be sure to check out my website, newbrandphotography.com. Hit me up on the DMs. Let me know if you like my work. Give me any constructive criticism, and I will do the same. So with that being said, it was great, guys. Hopefully this information gave you something to work with. Talk to you guys later.